gon' slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go!
Here we go. Set. 60 out wide.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
To throw on second down. Love. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much. Getting outside of the pocket. And it results in a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Love. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Meanwhile here, a run on 1st down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Come on, set. 60 or.
Throw left side complete. That's Howell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ready, break.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. I'm coming.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike, 55.
Get it.
They'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. A good pickup there of 22.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Down. 18 Gator.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
Hey, lock it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let him know.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Come on. You gotta bring it. Check 52.
Smoke.
55, Mike 55. Go. Mike 55.
Hey, check.
Hit it.
They'll set up a throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, Love. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
This is taken at the 18. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go. Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
On play action, they'll throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Come on.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Come on, go get some.
Looking to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now. And this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
55's my guy.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Get it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He's got the lane, and there he goes. goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here I come. Hey, alert 3. Watch out. Check 13. Lock it.
Here's Hines. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And they'll try the jet sweep here, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Red! 10 Tucson. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Love. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of the... And got his man. Complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Check hot route. Hot. Switch, dog. Switch. Set hot. Ready.
On first down, Hines. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Okay, ready. Watch the screen. Pass. Echo.
To throw on 2nd down, Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that will make this a 19-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Down.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Lambeau to add on the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 6-6, pull it high.
Check 31, check 31.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Ebukam, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming.
Hey, Zoo.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
And it shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Check three.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And a rout is on here in this first half. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defense.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. With touchdown number 23 here on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 4 down. Let's see it.
Back to throw. Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Red! 10 Tucson. I got him.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
To throw on second down. Love. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Love. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
2nd and 13. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Well, they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
13 yards. First down.
Here we go.
Colts.
Set. 60 outlaw. Pick up the ball. Ready, go.
They run with with Hines. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Off the bootleg. Love. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Frank Clark racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, Love. Looking deep for Hilton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
The Jaguars on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Blue draw Corkers.
58, the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll look to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Jaguars, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Colts, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.